Here's a question. Can you really learn to play jazz just by watching YouTube videos? Well, maybe, but jazz YouTubers don't make it easy for you. And there's an even bigger enemy stopping you from succeeding. Hi jazz people, and welcome to Teaching Jazz. Today, some of the pitfalls of learning jazz on YouTube and the biggest obstacles you'll face and how to avoid them. Oh, I know. Every second video out there is about, here's the one easy secret that will get you from beginner to pro in under 5 minutes. Yeah, well, whatever. You know it won't do that, don't you? Deep down. Ever heard of clickbait? What you get is so disorganized, so piecemeal, so unhelpful, it's like someone flinging random handfuls of jazz at you, hoping some of it sticks. That is, you hope it sticks. They don't care so much what it sticks to or where it goes, just so long as you watch it. It's got just enough in it to keep you interested, but it doesn't really help. So you go back and watch more, and you blame yourself for it because, well, you're no Wes Montgomery, are you? And you sure ain't no Grace Kelly. I'm not really talking about individual videos. Loads of jazz education creators make excellent, well-crafted, engaging, and effective videos. And they're great to watch, and we can all learn a lot from them. But learning something as big and complex as jazz is more than just one video. The solution is to find an organized, systematic way of building your skills and knowledge over time. It's just that most jazz YouTube doesn't offer that. What'll hold you back is the lack of a coherent structure. But here's the real sticking point. The biggest obstacle isn't just YouTube. It's something else, and it's a bitter pill to swallow. The biggest obstacle? It's you. But listen, it isn't some lack of talent or any rubbish like that. It's that you probably skip from one thing to the next without giving it time or serious work. You spend 5 minutes here. Then you watch a lesson about some cool altered scale lick. Then you're over at negative harmony or odd meter, inverted Coltrane changes or some Barry Harris thing. But you're not ready for that yet. You're not. You don't need that yet. You need to learn some basics and build up your skills systematically. Here's another secret that big jazz YouTube wants to suppress. It's mostly terrible teaching. Lots of it isn't even teaching at all, even off YouTube in the real world. So much jazz teaching is the same. You go to them and they give you a bit of this one week, then a bit of that the next week, then the next week they cancel your lesson at short notice. This video isn't really about real world jazz teachers. I'm talking here about the dangers of YouTube jazz lessons for beginners and intermediate learners. I'm talking about the pitfalls of a bit of this, a bit of that. And I'm talking directly from my experience as an in-real-life guitar teacher, as well as from the experiences of my teaching colleagues. So let's get on with it. There are countless jazz YouTubers, and each offers something of value to someone, but many of them, or maybe most, are like interior decorators or big box building supply stores. Wait, what? What's that supposed to mean? Think about building a house. It's not just a random collection of parts. It follows a plan. You start with a foundation, then walls, then a roof. Each stage builds on the last, systematically. At first, though, in the early stages, it doesn't look much like a house. It's just a slab and some frames. Of course, that's when some tosser walks by and sneers. That's not what a house looks like, or real houses have unique identities, like the Sydney Opera House or Notre Dame. They don't get it. It's unfinished. A good house takes time, and the process has to follow a logical order. Eventually, the house will be complete, unique, and full of life, but only if the builder builds it properly. Now, imagine if jazz YouTubers were building that house. Instead of a plan, they'd show you flashy glimpses of castles or skyscrapers and promise quick fixes. Here's a trick for mastering windows, or want to take your house to the next level? Stairs. Sure, those things are important, but without a foundation, they're useless. And that's the problem. Browsing jazz YouTube is like wandering through a big box store, grabbing whatever catches your eye. You end up with a chaotic mess, not a functioning house. It's disorganized, inefficient, and frustrating. Now, there isn't a single correct way to learn jazz. Different paths can work for different people, but all effective approaches share something in common. They build systematically over time Knowledge accumulates layer by layer, and skills are practiced. They're applied and eventually internalized. And I don't care if Stumpy McStimmons supposedly learned to play on the bandstand back in Kansas City in 1938. First, he didn't. Second, you're not him. Third, this isn't 1938, and the world's moved on. And don't tell me Maggie Mayhem Mathers mastered jazz by listening to the faint echoes of live music through a drainpipe, because she didn't. Stories like those are fun, but they don't reflect how most people learn or what actually works. Flitting from one flashy topic to another, altered scales today, negative harmony tomorrow, won't make you a jazz player. It'll entertain you, sure, but it won't teach you. So skipping from one little taste of this, a bite of that, might entertain you, but it won't teach you how to play jazz. To truly learn, you need a system. That's why teachers are so valuable. You'll get better results studying with someone who has real teaching skills, rather than jumping from lesson to lesson with big name players hoping their talent and their years of hard work will rub off on you. That's not how it works. How it works is simple. You have to do the work, and you have to do it in a logical, systematic way. Follow a system, and you'll get there. You will. The process works if you give it a chance to work. Want to learn jazz? Start by committing to the process and stop getting in your own way. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.